my name's Rich Harrington, and welcome to this edition of Understanding Adobe Photoshop. Today, we're going to tackle a very useful script, the image processor, which allows you to quickly batch process multiple images. Here's how it works. Inside of Photoshop, you could choose File, Scripts, Image Processor. This brings up a new dialog, and you need to first follow it from top to bottom. So it says select the images you want to process. You can click Select Folder and navigate out to some images you'd like to use. I'm going to grab this folder called Batch and just click Open, and it loads it in. If you're using raw files and you want to quickly adjust them before you do the batch process, you could choose Open First Image to apply settings. In this case, I'm not using raw, so I'll bypass that. Next, we could choose where we want them to go, choosing to save it into the same location or into a new location. Now, you can include all subfolders within a particular folder, and if you do that, I recommend choosing a new location. But if you're just going to go ahead and save it into its own location, that's fine. So I'll say Save in Same Location. Currently, the files I picked are all JPEGs, and quite honestly, JPEGs are not great files to use when working in Photoshop. While we could save out JPEGs, you want to quickly get out of the JPEG format because it's fairly heavily compressed. And as you process and modify the image, you're going to start to see more pixelization. Plus, they don't support layers. So if you want, you can go ahead and convert to TIFF files or PSD files, both of which fully support layers and all of the features of Photoshop. I'm going to choose to go ahead and save these as TIFF, and I will apply the light LZW compression. If you have an action you want to run, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to uncheck that in this case, but I will apply my copyright info. There we go. If the pictures are really large, you could choose to resize to fit and enter a target dimension in pixels. Remember, the target dimension is easy to determine. If you wanted a 6-inch print at 300 pixels per inch, 6 times 300 is 1800. So it's pretty easy to do the math. Once you're satisfied looking from top to bottom, I'll uncheck the resize to fit since I'm not going to change it, and everything looks good. I'll click Run, and the images are going to be processed. In this case, all the JPEGs are being turned into TIFFs. Plus, if I switch over to Bridge here for a moment, you'll notice that they're all going into a new folder. And if I look at those images, they actually do have copyright information applied. If I look at the core data there, I see a full copyright as well as a flag for copyright status. So that's a nice, easy way to embed your photography info into the pictures you're working on. For Understanding Adobe Photoshop, my name's Rich Harrington.